consistent.
Various
Welcome to The Basement. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Coronavirus Day 18 in Brooklyn, New York. Actually, we're in Staten Island right now. In my heart. I'm in Brooklyn,
your heart,
always.
in your soul, it's always going to be Brooklyn.
Welcome to The Basement. I'm Nolo.
Jose, what's going on, yo?
And
I was dreading doing this for a hot minute. I feel like I've been prepared to record, and I just...
is that the across the street?
Yeah, that's the mechanic guy.
Oh my God, he's still open for business. He doesn't believe in the coronavirus. Yeah, it's pretty crazy out here. They're shut down. First, it was shut down the restaurants. No. First, it was they only want 50% of capacity in every venue, restaurants, movie theaters, everything, right? To give space, basically, so everybody can skip a seat instead of sitting next to each other. Then they just shut it down completely. They said nowhere that seats people is allowed to be open. All right. You know what else they shut down yesterday officially? Barbershops, nail salons, beauty salons, all that crap shut down. Restaurants are only open for pickup and delivery, and that's it. No more can you go to a restaurant and sit down and have a meal, unless you want to pick it up and eat it right in front of the building. People are still having barbecues in parks. I saw it.
I smell it in the neighborhood. But
Yeah.
I mean, if that's in the comfort of your home, that's exactly what's going to be happening for
Well,
a hot minute.
the governor said he's going to go out there and start enforcing stuff. So if people are like having a party in the park, thinking, "Oh, we're outside, it's fine." You know, what I'm saying, we're not enclosed, it's fine. No, it's not. If you're around people, it's dangerous. I don't know where Jose was these past 24 hours. He got the virus.
Nah, yo, I caught some infection in the stomach, and I've just been dealing with that. So I've been eating.
Maybe it fights the virus, and you're good.
I was gonna say my immune is compromised because it's focused on other areas.
I'm trying not to go shopping.
That's what you did yesterday, right? That's
I
why
went
you
to
didn't come
Costco yesterday.
by. I went to Costco's yesterday.
Costco's is weird right now, bro.
So I felt like I experienced the beginning onset of what you later on during the day experienced, because I went in. I probably was over there around 11 o'clock because Cuomo announced the whole shutdown for Sunday, right? 100% of workers, are to stay at home if they could work from home, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I got to go to Costco's. It's that time. And I have enough food that if I stretch it, it probably lasts me a month and a half, stretching it. And then I said, you know what, let me just get a little bit of extra. Actually, I only went there to get toilet paper because it's just me.
Nope.
They had pallets of toilet paper, bro. So when I went there, I just went to go get a case of toilet paper for one fondillo. That'll last a long time.
Yeah.
For one person. So I went there. How I walked out with $300 worth of stuff.
Yo, that happened to me yesterday. I went there. You know what we went there for? Listen, first of all, before the news announced anything crazy, I sat down with my wife. I'm like, all right, look, this is serious. It's not just the flu. And it feels like it's going to be something different. We should probably go shopping, just in case. Worst case scenario, we have extra food. It'll last a little bit longer. Worst case scenario. We're going to spend the money on food anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we spent like $400. Mind you, I got 12 kids. We spent about $400. We filled in the pantry, right? Yesterday, we ran out of snacks items, and I was like, we might need to go get some snacks. Just, Costco has great deals with snacks. 24-pack of this for $10, whatever. We left with like $300 worth of stuff. We did it again. Because once you go to Costco, you're like, ooh, I want this.
You're there and you start thinking to yourself like, what really lasts long? What, I really don't eat this, but this will be like the last thing we eat.
Because I don't eat it, it'll last. It'll be there for a
Right.
while. It'll be the last thing to eat. Yeah.
Right.
Before I have to start killing cats and eating. Can't wait for that to come true. I can't wait for the people that died to wake up.
I feel like if that happens, my vegetarian ass is gonna come into your house and just let you deal with the whole process. I'll just somehow reimburse you.
I'll just eat you. I'll be like, Jose, you're God gave us a meal. Why would we just let
You
him?
heard it here live. He's been wanting to eat me.
You remember that movie?
What?
When they crashed on the mountain? It's an old movie. It's like,
Oh, the airplane one?
Yes.
And they start eating the culo?
yes.
That's the first part to eat is the ass.
It's the most fleshy.
Ugh.
You got to do it, bro. It was good for them because it was frozen, so it can last a really long time.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat these muscles. There's nothing there, so you definitely. And my ass is flat, so I might just be better
You
as
might
a
be
servant.
useless. Maybe I could use the fatty parts of your body for oil to eat other people.
Oh, or to grease up the pan, maybe.
Yeah, you know, cut a piece of your freaking arm off.
And strain it.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's getting crazy out here, son. Right?
I know. I feel like, it's unfortunate, but to have the topic of coronavirus is like cliche. The amount of people that are FaceTiming and doing like videos and yesterday was insane. I was gonna go up on live on Facebook and I'm looking at people and everyone is doing it. People that you normally wouldn't see go on live or put up a video was putting up videos live because I'm like
They must be bored.
bored to death. And I was telling people from like the church and like friends and whatever, I was like, if you know someone who's single and lonely and like been alone and they live alone like me, I play the male and the female in the relationship. So I started watching Love is Blind on Netflix and I literally started arguing with myself. Why are you watching this? Why are you it's the worst show.
Blind people.
No, it's dating someone blindly and you're proposing to them. And when you get proposed, then you finally meet. And then you have a wedding 4 weeks later. And in the wedding, you decide whether or not you want to get divorced or you want to stay. Wow. But you're like legit married.
That's interesting.
Horrible. Horrid. I got to like the third episode before I was like, I
wow,
couldn't deal with
that's
myself.
pretty far.
That's deep. That's pretty far.
That's pretty far, yeah. Have you watched Altered Carbon?
I watched like the first episode and I couldn't get through
couldn't.
it.
I shut it off. Just recently, I was like, you know what? I'm going to push through it. I saw 3 episodes. I was like, you know what? I'm going to
Do you think you pushed through it more effectively this time because it's just what's going on?
Yeah. But also, there's a lot of these movie companies, like Disney and all of them, instead of putting stuff in the theaters, they're going to put it in their app. So that's going for a lot of Pixar stuff. Disney,
saw that.
A lot of stuff. So it's going to change our society a little bit.
It's funny because Apple was on my work phone. Apple, on news that how this situation might change the way we interact. Period. It might change.
Yeah.
The whole way
Bro,
we live.
I'm telling you, when I was in Costco, it was weird. In Costco, people are like bumping into each other, like push, like, you gotta squeeze.
Don't leave your card in the middle.
Yeah. This time, people were like, you'll come towards somebody, and people were just doing these. They're like, I'm sorry, you're listening.
If you're listening,
I would turn to the right, the other person would
fingers.
turn to my left or their right, like
See,
away from each other.
Yeah, because everyone's like, stay away.
And we're all looking at each other like, I know you got the virus. Stay away
Bro,
from me.
do you know the stares I get with this wound I have in my arm right now?
Oh, that's because you keep using the same needles. You got to get a new needle, bro. It's giving you an infection in your arm.
And that's that I went to the bougie hospital in Staten Island.
You went to the hospital?
3 times.
Oh, you definitely got it.
Oh, bro.
I'm staying away from I don't care how bad the injury is. I'm fixing it myself.
Nah, I was really dealing with this stomach thing for like, I was like, oh, I'm dying. This is the onset of what's the end means, because I wouldn't have gone otherwise. And the 3 times that I went, 3 CAT scans, an X-ray, a sonogram. It's a girl. Nothing. I'm like, are you guys lying to me?
Did they give you an AIDS test? Just say yes or no. If they didn't, I'm just making a suggestion.
You always ask that question like if there's something's gonna happen between us, and you want to make sure that I'm clean. I was gonna say faggot, but I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you did.
I did. I said faggot. I said it again.
But another thing too that's crazy about this whole thing is the way the news is kind of handling it. Okay, a few things.
I like that you did this on purpose. You left
Yeah.
the clock. Oh, look how cute. He's being proactive for the guy that does nothing for the show.
So, I'm the voice. So you have the situation that's going on with Trump announcing whatever, right? First of all, I think Trump messed up by not heeding advice. Even if it was a BS thing, he should be like, all right, let's little by little, let's just tell everybody to get ready, just in case. You don't have to do anything. Just put an announcement not even an announcement, a memo to whoever you got to give it to.
Yeah.
Like, hey, get ready. Pay attention to this. Give me some information back. You don't have to take it like, we're going to shut down the country, but at least start that process. If it's nothing, then whatever. No harm, no foul. I just asked you a question. You gave me an answer. That was all it was. But it was just like, it's nothing. It's a fever. It's a hoax. And then now it's like, oh, snap. But in saying that, the way he's handling it is fine. All right. The way he's handling it thus far, when I saw the announcement where he was reaching out to companies, private companies, to help push the thing, I was like, that's perfect.
We can have the CEOs here of CVS. We have Target, Walmart.
To me, that was like, that's smart.
And the stocks, while he was speaking, and if you watched it or not, I know you just listened to two Puerto Rican viejos talk about politics and government stuff, but it's relevant because there's nothing else to do. But if you were watching it in the corner of the little broadcasting thing, just about over here, the stock numbers were going up, and when I started watching, it was like 9 something, and then it was 1100, then it was 15, and while I was sitting there, I was at work, and my liberal friends. My Bernie lovers across the aisle, I was like, look, it keeps going up. Every word he says is just bringing the economy up. And then the next day, blow, dropped like the worst since 1987, something like that.
It was like, I when they started talking about they have to shut down the schools, I was like, the economy's going to freaking take a tank.
So we were actually talking about this earlier, and I keep telling individuals that, you couldn't do this because the hysteria, the mass shock to the people would be too great. People would start rioting. But what they did essentially is, or what they're doing, their approach to this whole thing, the administration, the task force, whatever you want to call it, our government's approach is, let's wean. You know how you wean somebody off the bottle, a baby off the bottle? It's in the reverse effect. We're weaning them into this whole idea of lockdown.
Yeah.
Even down to the phrasing, what they said, what did they call it? The home shelter.
Shelter in place? Yeah. They don't even want to call it that.
It's like what are we going to call like pre-shutdown, pre-martial law? Shelter in place. We're going to place them in shelter in place.
Yeah, stay home. Well, listen. I'm against government forcing people to do stuff. I freaking hate it. I think it's the worst thing, because if you give them that power today, who's to say they're not gonna give it up later? They're gonna hold on to it forever. So I hate that crap altogether. But I also think it's smart for people to stay home. Okay, and if the government's making a way that you can stay home,
look, let's call it for what it is. What you were hearing about it back in the last week of January, the first week of February, had the government said, "Listen, we're gonna shut this down." You all of a sudden you go outside and there's military, and then you're like, oh snap, they're serious. We can't go outside. Yeah. 2 weeks quarantine, lock it down, shut down all ins and outs of the country, and then lock that down. Once you do the quarantine for 2 weeks, we would have been back to normal already. The only difference is that we would have been sort of isolated from the rest of the world, and the only people we had to bail out, or companies we would have bailed out, were some of the small business and and the airlines, because they're the ones that are going to be affected with travel being limited. But we would have been chilling. There's a country that's already good, right?
I think they should just don't bail out nobody. Okay, people, individuals, I get it. In an emergency situation, I totally get it. A full business, airlines, why didn't you save money for a rainy day? Why didn't you do that?
Because the CEOs have to get paid.
There you go. So there you go. That's it. You made a mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, but then you're limiting the essential notion of freedom and capitalism, and
Well, why? Why does the government have to do with your business? Let them die. You know what's gonna happen when all this is over? There's gonna be a new guy, millionaire. Like, I'm gonna start an airline. That's a prime business. There's no competitors.
We all know we're talking about Elon Musk.
Whoever it is, I don't care who it is. What I'm saying is that if one business made such horrible decisions as not to prepare for an emergency, especially after 9/11, you have to have a contingency.
I just feel like we have to emphasize that we do not know anything. You should not listen to our advice. We are not professionals in any shape, way, or form. Yeah. We're just shooting the breeze.
But I also think that if a business, if your business is your business to make sure you're ready for an emergency, like American Airlines, after all this going on, they themselves should be like, we're shutting down everything. Layoffs, leave the planes in place, don't waste no gas.
But I mean, think about it. If they would have shut it down, done the 2 weeks quarantine, which we would have been lifted by now, it would have been a business as usual. The ones who got affected mainly in hospitality, because there's a vast number of people who are now able, because of technology, including our school kids, are able to do stuff from home. Yeah. So, the bailout, if for lack of better terms, would have been far few in between. Right.
I don't, like I said, individuals for this temporary time, not a full rest of your life we're going to give you money, like a welfare plan. But just a temporary, this is an emergency situation, so we got to take care of our people, our own countrymen. We have to take care of them. I can see that. Bailing out businesses, that's another thing. Like, I don't know. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, but again, if we would have went head on from the beginning, there would have been only one business to bail out. Period.
But I'm saying, we don't have to let them die. Let everybody die. That's the way I see it. If you didn't prepare your business for an emergency situation, I just finished talking to somebody that his business is real estate. Okay, he does real estate. He sells
Shout out
homes.
to someone who was on the show, but we lost the episode.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dude.
So right now, business sucks. Nobody's looking at houses. None of that. Right? He had himself set up and ready for this.
Right.
So now he's able to have his business hibernate for a few months and still be able to survive. Well, that's a smart move. People that didn't do that, that was a bad move. You might have to suffer.
Right.
Okay? The government, because of the emergency situation, they're not going to let you starve to death. They'll give you some, what is that, $1,000 a month they're talking about?
Yeah, they're talking about $1,200 for individuals and $29 for couples or something like that.
All right. So the government's like, all right, we're going to take care of you just so you don't die. Your business is your own problem. You figure that out.
But you have to pay that money back with no interest or penalties.
Is that true?
That's what I wanted. I've been meaning to look that up.
If
I'm thinking that
if the government was to say, we'll quote unquote bail you out, but you got to pay us back.
Well, then why
that kind
say
of changes it?
Well, then why say there's no penalties or interest?
Maybe just that way people don't get scared.
Again,
oh, you're gonna give me money? I don't trust you, because the government does that. They give you money. They're like, oh, you got to pay us back more now. So I guess they just give it like a prerequisite. Like, hey, you have to pay us back.
Automatically, I assume that they got to give it back, because if you're just giving it away, then there's no need to mention interest and penalties.
Yeah, but if they were gonna make it like that, if they, let's say interest, penalties, all that, whatever. If it had anything to do with that, they can't just give it to you. You have to ask for it. Imagine me giving you a loan and be like, all right, now you got to pay me back with interest. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me for it, then you already know. Hey, I'm gonna take this. You gotta
ask for it anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, if they did it like that, then that's fine.
I think
they should do it. That you have to ask for it. I did the same thing with Andrew Yang. Remember, he wanted to give everybody $1,000 a month for the rest of their life. I thought it was a good idea if you ask for it.
Yeah.
Or if you are, or maybe in your taxes, while you're doing your taxes, you can write what to do with that money. I don't want it because I don't want it. Give it to a charity.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying, to help.
I want to ask you guys out there, and you, how many links or stories did you guys get from like family, friends, co-workers that had the gorilla with the middle finger image?
I just got one today. Honestly, I just got one today. I swear, I just got one today.
It's like
I'm
the
just
new,
sick of
what's
seeing
this?
it. Yeah,
It's
it's to do this. Look down here. What is this? I hate that. You know how many times when somebody sends me that link, I'm like, it's fake. You know what's gonna happen? You ever heard of the boy who cried wolf? Somebody's gonna send a real text message, and people are like, I'm not gonna see that stupid monkey again.
No, that's not.
I don't want to see that monkey. The other one.
The other one.
The other one. No.
Y'all should know what we're talking about when we say the other one. I just lost half my ear. You still hear me on both sides.
Huh? Yeah.
These headphones are like giving up on me, but yeah, I could definitely appreciate the it's a difference, right?
I almost want to take it off. All right, just keep going.
But
Let me see how I feel about this.
oh, he's trying to look cute for you guys. Check him out.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that either.
Oh, I feel like you. It just went on the other side. I feel like you. Are you like brushing your beard nowadays?
No, I just got out the shower, so.
Gravity, natural gravity.
What I do is the first thing I put is soap into my beard.
Wait, shampoo or a hand soap?
I want any shampoo for it. I don't got hair. You use shampoo for your beard?
I do. I start here and I'm like, what?
Wait, do you use shampoo for the other parts of your body that has hair?
If there's
Armpits?
lather left, I'm like, listen, it's the end of the world, baby. You gotta economize.
I only use body soap for everything, for the hair, everything. I rub it in, I fluff with full beard, and then I work my way from head to toe.
All right. Yeah, I think you should work your way head to toe. I think that's the natural order of things.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Side note.
I have a controversial topic.
Oh, a topic of the bathroom. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I wish I had sound effects.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna put. I gotta put this back on. All right, we're gonna put. If you're watching on YouTube,
I wish you had that website you found with sound effects, because you could easily play it like before. No,
I couldn't send it to you directly.
You send me the other gorilla picture.
All right.
And I fell for it. I was like, oh.
I forgot what it was. I forgot it was that one.
You sent me the spin one, and at first I was like, I know I shouldn't trust you. I know I shouldn't. Everything in my fiber says you've been friends for years. Act like it changed, and I'm like, you are unknown.
Click.
Just wait.
How does this all in my head? Rah. Oh my god, I forgot I did that.
So many memories.
All right, so controversial. Boom. We're gonna put it on the. If you're watching from YouTube, on the top left corner, left corner. You're gonna see something pop out. Whoop! It's gonna be a
little poll.
A little poll.
You
Okay.
click on it.
You just gotta pick one of the options. All right. Ready? Here goes the question.
I freaking know this. That's your job.
When you take a shower, okay, do you wash from the knee down every time you take a shower, or do you say that's as far as I need to go? I keep going. and then think to yourself, the water's running off of me. The soap, I'm fine. What I need to wash my what is this called? Shin. Why do I gotta wash my shin every time I take a shower? I'm not using it. It's in pants all day.
How much did my shin touch today?
Yeah. All right. I understand the essentials, the arms, the chest, the back, the neck, all that crap. But then as your hand goes down to about your knee, and that's pretty much what most people stop right there. I don't need to go all the way down to every once in a while I wash under my foot just to make it a thing.
All right. Here's how I look at it. And maybe this solves it for y'all. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is the end. But the way I look at it is, you know how the shower curtain works?
Yeah.
It gets dirty, right?
Yeah.
Where does it get dirty the most?
The bottom?
The lowest part. Eventually, all that crud ends up down there. So if you're not wiping it,
yeah, but you know why I went down there? Because the water drips down and it actually dries at that point.
Right. So
all the water scum that's in the water that's drying gets stuck to the curtain at the bottom. Because that's where the water finally dries.
So when the water that's cleaning the soap that's on
but
the
you're
top,
not air drying,
and it's gravity's doing its thing.
Yeah, but you're not air drying. Your water's still passing, still forcing it off you.
I don't know. That's the way
I think if you took a shower and you hose down the inside of your curtain,
yeah,
I think you'll never have that scum.
If you just wipe it down or rinse it off when you're done
Yeah,
each time.
when you done take it, if you have one of those showers that you take off and you spray the whole shower, but right after you get out, I don't think you have to worry about too much about that stuff. Because what happens is the soap dries. The soap that's in the water that's dripping.
That has crud.
Yeah, the water dries, but the soap sticks behind. It just stays stuck there. And it's like sticky. So the air...
Very interesting topic, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, whatever. So, again, the poll. Do I wash my shins or do I not wash my shins? I don't know how I'm going to word it yet. All right, but I want to vote.
We're going to figure that part out for you guys. That's a very interesting thing because I want to say confessions that I think about the knees down maybe 3 times a week. Where it's like...
maybe one. Maybe once I'm like, I got to wash down there. I feel like I don't even... Like, once I get there, I'm like, it's fine. I'm fine. Nobody's going to smell my knees. I'm fine. Most of it is covered up all day. And then when I work, I don't have it here. Even when I work, I wear extra pair of pants, long johns like. They're not long johns. They're just like covers.
Yeah.
So even that, because if my pants get wet for whatever reason, I don't feel it on my body. Just my pants get wet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So even that, I'm like, I'm fine.
We could definitely, without even really, we could agree that it's going to be mostly women that,
Oh yeah, they love showers. They're like, I don't need to shower. I take a bath. What are you talking about?
What's the difference?
They're like, the real poll should be, do I use candles that are scented or non-scented? That's the real question. Because guys, if you leave it up to
I feel like every female that's involved in my circle right now are about that. I've heard candles so much in the past month.
You know what's funny? My wife puts candles in the bathroom sometimes.
Yeah.
Just for smell, right? Leave it on there for a little while. But what happens is we'll shower, right? And the what is it called, yo? The humidity that leaves like little drops on the wall. If you leave and put the candle on, the smoke from the candle sticks to the humidity. So it was like a few months ago I noticed it. I'm in the bathroom, I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm like, the ceiling top is darker than the bottom. Because the smoke from the candles gets stuck in the humidity and it dries on the wall.
And then that creates like a cake layer of
like, it's like darker on the ceiling, like towards the ceiling. I was like, what is going on in this house? And it wasn't until I thought about the fact that we always have candles in the bathroom. Like, it's the candles. It's killing our freaking bathroom. So that's a pain in the ass. We gotta like, oh my gosh, we gotta like mop the walls to get it out.
But okay, you gotta mop the walls, tighten the thing so it doesn't pop out. You gotta mop the walls, but the simple solution would
Just
be
don't use candles.
yeah.
That's never gonna stop. That's not gonna stop.
You didn't even bother having that argument.
Didn't even think about it. I was like, guys, I gotta fix this.
That's just not an option now. What else do I have?
I use like a the Swiffer type mop, the flat ones.
With the baños.
No problem.
Yo, so when I was in Costco's, they were limiting everything. Those baños, everything was limited. One.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at people with stacking up on waters. I'm like, why are you stacking up more than 2? You must be getting away with it because it says 1. But so the lines were wrapping around the 4 corners of that block. When I got there, it was insane. And I took videos. I went live like on Facebook. And it was like pretty much insane.
See, when we got there was a line outside, but it went pretty fast in. When we got in, it was just so little bit of people. It felt like we were shopping at like 3 a.m.
Yes, that's the same experience I got.
Feeling.
And it's like, why were they doing this? So that people don't get crazy, bunch up, and spread the virus amongst each other.
And even while I was there, I was like, stay away from everybody. Every time we're going to make a left on the aisle or right on the aisle, I looked, I was like, there's too many people there. Let's keep going.
We'll come back later.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, I don't trust nobody here.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much stocked up. If I went like a zombie, I really don't eat like that. You know that. I mean, I look like I'm dying. But if I really stack up, if I'm a little conservative on my intake, I could probably go a solid 4 months. I don't know why people are going crazy about getting water bottles when they could just get I got 2 Britas, like 100 filters. I probably have enough water, besides the life straws and the emergency zombie stuff I was trying to get ready, at least 5 years of water.
You know what I just bought?
What?
Well, better said, my wife just bought. Oh, my phone's over there. We bought a water filter, a special water filter.
Okay. From where?
I forgot the name of the company.
Online? Amazon?
Yeah. You know how much we paid for this stupid water filter?
What?
Almost $300.
What's wrong with you? Not the Royal one. The Royal? The one that you put next to your sink? You hook it
No,
up
the one. I know this show, the Sábado Gigante. No, not that one. That's the only one I remember. It was some special. It filters out lead. It filters out this. It filters out so much stuff, but it allows minerals, and that's it. Something else, and the filters alone are like $100 each. And because we were like, we used the Brita one, and I was like, that's fine. It's good for me. It's good enough. I'll drink it straight out the faucet. I don't give a crap.
Yo, you know how ridiculous you sound? Because if you wanted to go that hard, you could just boil your water and then put it in the filter.
You could totally. But that's
not eliminate.
We want to get rid of, but the thing is, you got to get rid of the lead. Wouldn't come out from boiling; it'll just stay in there floating.
But it will come out from the filter.
Maybe if I don't think Brita does that. I don't think Brita does lead.
Something to look up later.
Yeah,
that's like side homework for each other.
Yeah, so that's exactly the homework. My wife did all this homework, and she was telling me, "Okay, we got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of that because we live in an old building, New York City, blah blah blah." And I was like, "All right, whatever." And then once I saw how much it cost, I was like, "Oh my." I don't know. I was like, how long does it last? And then we did some math, and it's more than a Brita filter for sure. But because we have so many people in our house, we have to replace the Brita filter a little bit more than normal.
You know what I want to do? You have it already?
Not yet.
It's coming.
It's coming.
I want you to bring me a sample.
Of the water?
Yes.
We should have a taste test.
Not only do we have a taste test, but I have the test kit to test the pH balance on the water. We could do that.
pH balance don't mean nothing, bro.
You think it's a joke?
pH balance?
Yeah.
No, I know what it is. I used to work in the cherry factory, remember?
Ooh.
My job was to check the pH balance. I had to learn all that crap.
Okay.
All right, doesn't mean nothing. Or it's just the acidity of the water.
Yeah.
Alkaline, that's all it is, yeah.
Yeah, so...
If it's too much, you get sick or something like that. I forget how it goes. If it's too far, it has to be like you basically want it closer to a 0 as possible. It has to be like in the middle.
Anything past 10, I heard, from what I looked up, is it's like, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that. Something like that.
So from 7 to 10, it's like, you're good.
So to me, it's like, unless you're drinking something that hasn't added to it or freaking taken out of it, water's always going to be at a certain level. Unless there's something special.
I've tested
especially New York City water.
So New York City water is the cleanest, but it's still dirty. Period.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what
you're never going to get... Unless you run it through some filter. They're not going to freaking filter it for you perfectly.
But I did do the pH balance. It's perfectly 0.
Yeah. So it's then also...
what is neutral? They say it in neutral.
Yeah. So also think about the fact that no matter what New York City does to it, the pipes are still running through your streets and then into the building where your dirty-ass landlord doesn't take care of it. Old pipes, right? So it's going to catch something on the way to your house.
On the way. Imagine the traveling distance this thing is going.
Yeah.
No one thinks about that. They think it just comes from...
So, at the end of the day, if you're drinking out of the faucet, just throw it to a filter. It takes 2 seconds. It drips right through.
You know what's the worst water bottle as far as the acidic is concerned? High in that. It's like, oof. Poland Springs.
Really? Because it comes from another country. You racist bastard.
From Maine. Yeah, it's the worst. And I was like, maybe it was just that. It was that batch. No, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. Think about it. Everybody drinks it.
What are we talking about here?
Yo.
They were saying, too, that they gave the corona test to patients and then they used samples of water and the water was testing positive. Like they were testing the test kits with coronavirus patient blood or whatever.
Just regular ass
and
water.
Just regular ass water. And that the water was coming out positive.
See, this is where those conspiracy theories are like, yep, this is all injected. It was injected. We're trying to minimize the population and the carbon footprint of humans. Whoa.
So what they're saying is that the tests are not there yet. So if the tests are not there yet, the cure is not even coming close. Don't even think about the cure. Okay? So we're going to be dealing with this for at least a year. People think there's going to be a few months. It's going to be, I guarantee you, I'll mark my words, it's going to be at least a year before they come.
Most people are saying the number 8 months now. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Mind you, this is with the entire
world. Or was it 8 weeks?
This is with the entire world working on it. You know what I'm saying? Not just one country.
Who do you think will come out with it first?
China. They're the ones that made it. It's a China virus. Right?
That's directly from our president.
So China knows they let it loose. They manufactured it in Wuhan, China. So because they know what it is, they'll fix it faster.
Damn, yeah. How do you think the conspiracy theorists are doing these days?
You know what's okay? Wait, I want to answer that question, but first I want to mention the fact that who's really unusually quiet at times like this? Anti-vax people. They're very quiet. They were very vocal months ago. As soon as this virus came out, they're like, I'm just going to shut up.
The people that don't want to get vaccinated?
Yep. They're like, I'm just going to shut up.
They're like, I'm going to shut up and I'm also going to hide because I have to survive to prove my point further.
No, okay, so the anti-vax is interesting. The anti-vax says when one person gets chickenpox, one of your kids, let's have a party so everybody can get chickenpox. So they become
build their immune system.
They can build their immune system, okay? Okay, that's the way they used to do it back in the day. But now we have injections that can just give you the dead virus. The virus is already dead, so your body fights it easily and builds an immunity. So when you actually get it, it's like, hey, I know what this is. I can fight it, right? So why don't they just get the freaking coronavirus then, so they can be immune? They'll be the strongest. They'll run the country. They'll be the Hercules of the country. There's nothing we can do to stop them. They'll be unstoppable, bro. The rest of us are cowering in our homes. They're walking around the streets with the virus.
So we're going to lose all our anti-vaxxer viewers. Nice seeing you guys.
Oh, I don't even want to go. If they're even alive.
Yo, but it's going to get depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already feeling like that.
Today I had to set up... because my kids are going to be home. I had to sit down and be like, all right, before we get into... Because I have to... Check this out. I'm going to my job tonight. I got to sleep there. I got to work tomorrow. I got to sleep there. I got to work Monday.
So we should do a live then.
That's how crazy it's going to be right now.
My company is still having someone alternate from each department. And I'm like... So... They could get away. The owner could kind of get away with that because we're considered part of the whole essential employees,
yeah.
Right? So, But everyone in my department is like, one girl doesn't have childcare, the other one needs to help her son set up the whole Google Learning thing, and the other one has laryngitis,
quote unquote.
Corona. Tito, no, she'll kill me. No, she doesn't watch this. Anyway, so, screw her. No. So I was like, so my boss puts out a group text message between everyone in the department. He's like, so, this person's not going to be there. So, we still need somebody to be there. So, obviously it's going to be me. So I delayed it. Like, I let him wait for it. I let all of them wait for it. And then I sent, like, one of these gifs of the fat kid looking at 2 cookies. Like, and I was like, obviously I'll go. Like, why don't you just tell me to go? Why are you waiting for me to volunteer like we're hunky-dory?
So the point is, I had to set my kids up. I had to set a schedule. Like, you got to wake up at this time. You start the class at this time. From this time to this time, you do schoolwork. I don't care how fast you get it over with. You're stuck there studying if you have to. The same thing over and over again. Lunchtime is at this time. That's what time, both kids are going to come to the kitchen. My wife will be like, all right, lunch is ready. Go back to the class, finish.
And you're setting up areas that this is where you do.
Yeah,
this is
no,
where
they have their own
areas.
room. They have their own desks that they work from.
Right, that turns into a classroom.
Yeah, so now I just had to order a desk for the little ones because they also have school to do, schoolwork. So now I have to put.
I gotta
desks.
come by. I want to see the little one. That thing always bugs me out.
So they gotta
see
sit. Both of them gotta sit down at the desk and do homework now. And also, my wife is working from home. So. Not that she's off. Like, they're just. Nope, she has to be ready to pick up phone calls and computer stuff.
Whatever.
So now she's stuck at home with trying to wrangle these 2 little ones, and she has to do work.
So
I'm over here sleeping in the streets.
My brother was painting his whole scenario, and I said, "Yo, bro, imagine that not imagine, but think about this: the longer we're in this kind of environment where it's homeschooling, it's working from home, the longer that this continues." The more people are going to say, hey, maybe maybe we don't Board of Education. Keep your kids there. And we'll send like the fresh direct, and you'll get your breakfast and lunch and everything sent to you. And that's all we pay for as a city.
That'd be great. Speaking of, we looked into 2 things. There's one service that delivers meat to your house. I think it's called Butcher Box.
Yep.
They have good food, it looks like.
Grass-fed.
Kind of expensive compared to the supermarket.
Mad expensive, it seems. Go ahead.
But there's another one that they deliver. They deliver imperfect vegetables to your house.
Imperfect?
Yeah.
Like that's not perfect?
Just looks ugly. So they sell it to you at a discounted rate, and they send you a box.
So it's when you go to the fruit aisle or the vegetable aisle, you have all those you see that one that's like in the corner, and one like
it's like a little crooked or something. Like, I don't want that crooked. I want
it has like a little blemish.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want it. So they take all those, they put it in a box, and they ship it to your house for a cheap rate. But you don't know what you're gonna get until you get it. So that's
you signed up for it.
We did it at one time. We did it once to try it, and then my wife was like, "The vegetables they give, I don't really know what to make with it. Like, we don't eat that kind of stuff, like radish or whatever." But we're considering it again now, just to get it delivered to the house, so we don't have to go get vegetables. And then whatever it comes, we'll just have to figure out how to work with it.
Why do you think people went hard for toilet paper?
I think they thought the coronavirus gave you diarrhea. And they were worried. They were like, when I drink a lot of Coronas, my stomach hurts. So if they're calling it the coronavirus.
How many people drink this crap, yeah?
They're like, maybe I need to prepare myself.
Yo, you are mad inquieto, bro. Why do you have to touch the mic so many times?
I gotta touch everything.
Everything. This guy is ADHD, OCD. Why? I'm
know.
sitting here chilling, and I feel I'm inquieto. This guy, look,
I gotta touch something. I don't know.
There's no consistency in our recording at all. But
so hopefully this distracted you enough from this virus that you had a good time for at least 45 minutes or so.
One thing that I'm finding annoying though, like even like Ellen and Jimmy Fallon, he's trying to do his routine, but with his kids at home, and I'm just like, I don't want to see any of y'all niggas at home. Like any of y'all. Like I don't even want to see myself. You know what I mean? I feel like that's boring and depressing. But I get it. It's like the only way to really.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? That people are doing it. Like you said, live.
regular.
So it's like the people that work in TV are now doing what we do in YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, so I feel like the market is flooded.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of it is, I saw a lot of prayer, people reading Bible verses. I guess maybe because we're, I say we are in that environment. Our circle is largely involved with, faith and whatnot. So I feel like that's a natural. But like on the basement account, I friend everybody, just to get those numbers. And I get the people making fun of it, and I get the people like, we need to pray, and it's like I feel like I'm not gonna get tired of people making fun of it. Like I need that to keep myself sort of sane.
I do want to say that the way. Have we ever said the name of the church we go to?
We never did, because I think we feel like we don't want to end the church by associating to it.
The way the church is doing it is
talk about it.
It's like I'd never seen anything like this before.
So a lot of people in our church is saying like
it's horrible, right?
I was like, it?
No. No, but it's like it's perfect.
So they were saying, the situation that the church went through where they lost the building, this was all, this was God's plan. And I don't knock that talk. I'm not trying to knock, any of that. I just like, I'm worried to use that language with certain other individuals. But for me, I'm like, okay, I get it.
It's funny. I was just talking to somebody before, and I never say God did this or because of the Lord's providence, blah, blah, blah. Every time I say something happened, like I say it in a way where it's like, wow, this happened and then this happened. It was like perfect timing. And then I say, such good luck, right? Such good luck.
It's not God bless you. It's Gesundheit. So I get that, and I feel like it's true. You could make correlations. You could see how it's been beneficial that we've already been in this online or separation forum. But that first Sunday, that all services pretty much, even the Catholic service mass, Dolan was like, we're not doing this.
Dolan,
we're not meeting up in public, whatever. But I had to attend another online church. And they're bigger, and the church Stephen goes to, and I went and did their online thing, and it was what I assumed it was gonna be. It was a show with cameras, and I was me the people interviewing each other, and then the rest of the church watching. It was a one way, whereas what our church was doing was, no, we're all gonna, whether you could be seen or be heard through this app, we're all gonna interact. And it was funny because I posted on the app. I was like, it was hilarious seeing half of you guys half awake. With like moguls in your eyes. And
I told my wife, I was like, yo, this Sunday we should all wear suits and sit on the couch.
Bro, you should do that.
And just sitting there with our Bibles.
Bro, please do that. Please do that, because that'll be hilarious.
I won't be home for it though, so I'm gonna have to do it on my phone. But what I was gonna do is set up the Surface to the TV, so you can watch on the big screen, and then have the camera to the Surface facing us on the couch.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do.
That works.
But, I don't. My wife. I have my computer with me.
So you won't be able to set it up because you have it on.
So she'll probably do it on her computer.
It's good you have your computer, because I want to do a live episode, and we'll use that app, and we could totally do live, and then it's gonna come out just like we saw it. That's on a side note. But with the whole online thing, I hadn't activated my camera, but I set up my account and I put my name as J-Lo. I always use J-Lo, and it was like 2 meetings after, because the church has been using the app to do like lunch meeting. They did like I did. It was cool. I tapped in on it, say something funny, but it wasn't until the second time I got on the thing that Justin hits me up, and he's like, bro, you had us trying to figure out who the hell is J-Lo. So when I popped up with the screen, like FaceTime,
they're like, oh, it's
it's this guy. It had to be this guy.
Of course, he's gonna name himself after his idols.
I just got to get
from
my
the block.
big earrings. So they started doing like meet. I didn't do this one yet. They obviously did the prayer thing and the gathering this and gathering then the men's thing gathering doing with the application. But then they started doing like working out together. I'm like, that's gonna be hilarious.
That's too much.
Watching people like in their houses trying to like stretch together and
So at my job we have a gym. It's hard doing it with another person. When I'm in there by myself, I put my headphones on and I can totally do it. And originally, I thought I can't go to the gym by myself. It's just weird, right?
That's funny because me and Jeremy, when we started going, it's like I go my way, he goes his way. See you at the end.
So you know what I think it is? I when I'm by myself in a room, I'm like, I could do this, right? When I'm in a big ass room with a lot of random people, I'm like, I can't do this by myself. It's weird. I need another person to be with me, to talk to and like joke around because I'm in a room with other people. But I'm by myself, I could do it no problem. I don't know. I just feel like it's awkward to be in a big. It's almost like going to the movie theater by yourself. It's kind of weird.
Okay, I get
you
that.
You can do it.
Yeah, totally. It totally can be done.
But it's kind of awkward. It's like I feel like I need somebody to talk to or something.
That's weird.
But if you can watch a TV, you can watch a movie in your house by yourself, no problem.
Yeah, but like with my so I joined the gym only to then Corona
be quarantined.
So great. And then they finally send an email that, oh, we have to charge you the rest of the month, but we're gonna work it out later on. Relax, everybody. Try our online workout videos. Like no, but when we started going, me and this, because he's doing weights, because he's like 20 pounds wet. So he's just trying to build his muscle mass. So he just goes over there, and I go onto the treadmill because I'm gonna try to get rid of the remaining spare tire that I have. And I feel like for me, it's just to get to the gym. I could do what I need to do when I get there. I pick him up, talk, all right, peace. And then when we get out, it's that 5-minute little drive, whatever that, we're like, oh, I'll see you later, click. But we haven't because I guess we're not doing the same thing. But even when I was with Joel's son, when we were hitting up the gym, we would get there and he's on his iPods, I'm on his iPods. And then he'll mute it, be like, all right, we're going to do this. He's giving me the pointers, guiding me or whatever. But otherwise, it's like, we'll listen to our music, like, and looking at each other like.
Yeah, there's a guy.
Like, we're not talking.
There's a guy in the garage. He's been working out since he started working there, right? And he goes to the gym. He has a little tank top on. And you can see, like, he's been working out nonstop, right? So then he's like, yo, you come to the gym, whatever. Bro, I'm like, all right, I'll come through. And I come through. I'm just wearing a T-shirt, whatever. And I'm like, doing exercise with somebody like that is going to kill you fast. Because he was like, all right, just do this one. And he sets up the weights. I'm like, bro, that's heavier than I weigh. I don't weigh that much. That weighs more than me. I can't pick that up. And then he starts doing it. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't keep up with you, bro. In fact, I'm embarrassed to show you what I can do. I can't do this.
I feel like I finally got to that age where I literally could care less. I could walk in with the day that I have to wear diapers, like I'm gonna rock those diapers hard.
Listen, there's a weight. The dumbbell, one-handed one, is 95 pounds. 95 pounds? I can't do 25. I'm like, so he's like 95. He's like, oof. I'm
this
like,
dude, Jeremy, he's doing whatever, 25, 35 pounds.
25 is heavy, bro.
He would say, I went too hard. Because we were talking about doing it again next week.
Bro, this thing is 95 pounds. I couldn't believe it.
He goes, I went too hard, so I'm going to go down. I was like, bro, I need the little pink ones, the little blue, the aqua blue ones. And Jesse was like, you should just buy them, bro, and just start at home, and just that way you'd have to deal with it. I'm like, yeah.
And in saying all that, the gym is literally, I go to, after I change out the locker room, the next door over is the gym. I walk right past it. I go to my car. I watch YouTube videos, play video games.
You put the blinders on?
I go get something to eat. Walk right past it, bro. There's music blasting in that room all the time.
And you're bobbing your head to the music like, yeah, but no.
It depends who's there last. Sometimes if there's rock music playing, one of the other guys, the white guys are in there.
The trumpers.
If it's hip-hop music, you already know. So you can tell when you walk past, if nobody's in there, you know who's there last. Because they just leave the radio on. There's 3 radios. We have 2 in the locker, one on one side of the room, one on the other side of the room. They're always playing music, but at a level that, depending on what side you walk towards, you can hear it. So it's not like they're not overlapping each other. You know what I'm saying? And then the gym has one that plays music. That the radios are from the 80s. You look at it, you're like, wow, this still works?
Yo, I would take one home, son.
Yeah, I got to show you a picture of it. It's crazy. So most of the time, one radio's playing music and the other one's like 10 wins or something.
Yeah.
So because people always, when they walk into the bathroom, they want to hear what's going on in the world. or the weathermen, they say.
Yeah, when I went to with this kid to the AA meeting, the guy who was hosting the thing in his crib, because they normally don't do it like that. They do it in churches and organizations. So when I went to the guy, he was an older white guy, but I found out that he was half Spanish, but his half Puerto Rican doesn't count. He's like that white dude that grew up in Bay Ridge or in an Irish bar or somewhere. And this guy had like the little radio with the antenna hanging off where the towel is, like right next.
Oh, if it's a bathroom. Oh yeah.
What are those people?
You know what's funny? I put either a podcast or sometimes I'll put a list of YouTube videos I want to listen to, because you can't really watch it because my phone's not waterproof. It's waterproof, but it's like cracks. So I usually play one of those two while I'm taking a shower.
Because iPhoneers don't believe in cases. Go ahead.
No, I don't believe in cases. Because it's like the best phone in the world.
That's all cracked, and you're gonna get cuts from.
Yeah, probably. I was just reading something where somebody said, it was like some news article that said the resale value of iPhones are higher than Androids, like within a year. And my first thought was like, obviously, you know how many people make Android phones? Only one person make iPhones. Of course it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, but
it doesn't.
iPhones took a hit with their whole thing because their phones are all made in China.
Well, yeah. Samsung's what?
That's the question that I haven't answered yet. I need to find out. Hey, Google. I want to find out which one makes it, because I'm still waiting for my. I'm still
Samsung. South Korea.
It is, right? That's what I thought.
Samsung makes tanks
and TVs and a lot of other stuff.
They make army tanks, bro.
All right, so then my phone should be coming. It's gonna be due on the 24th.
Your phone is coming. Don't worry about it. Well, they have an epidemic over there too. Remember?
Yeah, everyone's getting it. There's no one not getting it.
Yeah, there's no one not getting it except for West Virginia. No cases.
Seriously?
Yep.
What's going on over there?
Everybody lives far away from each other in farms.
Naturally.
Automatic isolation. Doesn't bother nobody. Crazy, right? West Virginia has... I mean, I don't know. But
you think if you had it, you would die?
If I had it, I would die?
Yeah, you, bitch.
Yeah,
there's only you here.
I have asthma, probably.
You would die?
It'll be real bad for me. I watched a video of a woman in ICU. She was like... She made like a video. And she was like, I can't breathe without this. And she has like, they said that they had to do an operation on her arm to put the tubos directly, like sew it on, not a needle, like sew it in, because she needed certain fluids in her body.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And she's like, don't stay away, take this seriously. It's not just the flu. If you're old, if you smoke, stop. You need your lungs. Yeah, they're saying all that.
I feel like if I get it, I died because I wasn't taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Straight
I'm just worried about my asthma because supposedly it does something to your lungs. I don't know. I was watching a video and it says that the injury that it gives you in your lungs, your body heals, but it leaves a scar.
So from now on, this Purell and sanitizer, it's like the company you needed to. If you were ever going to invest, this would be the time, because it's going to be a hot minute.
And toilet paper. Toilet paper is making a killing right now.
They are.
Think about all the businesses. Their businesses that's taking a hit, and their businesses that are profiting.
Booming.
And people, I remember reading this thing talking about there was certain senators that sold their stocks before the hit. So my first question was, I asked somebody I read it. I was like, is this, because I read the article and it didn't say anything about it. It didn't say it was insider trading, right? It just said insider trading is basically when you have inside information to the company that something bad's about to happen. So you sell your stock before they release the information, right? So you basically sell when the stocks are high that they're gonna drop. So you take your money out before it drops, so you don't lose no money. So I asked, is it that, or is it just a wise? Somebody thought, hey, this is bad. We should sell our stocks. We start before the economy goes down. Like we know it's coming, right?
Right.
And the only comment I got was somebody said, my dad invested heavily in stocks. He saw it was coming, and he also sold all his stocks, just in case. And the economy went down, and he didn't lose any money. Like it wasn't insider trading; it was just a smart decision making. They saw this is gonna be bad. Let me call my guy. Yo, sell everything just in case. Boom, and then they kept going with their lives, and sure enough. Anyway, the point is, same thing goes with the businesses. If you make smart decisions or good decisions, whatever, you'll be fine. But if you make bad decisions, it's gonna come your way, bro.
That's why I'm like, I ain't gonna cry about it. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Man up in some sense. But I'm definitely, just like most people, it's like reevaluating how we interact with each other. Because like people have birthday parties, gatherings, and
My
everyone
son's
is like,
birthday's in a few weeks.
were you planning to do something?
We were gonna have like a little party for him and his friends, but
I know.
it's over now.
It's a wrap.
Have to just
Again,
make
the
him a kid.
longer this keeps going, I just can't help that we start. The new norm is isolation.
Yeah. It's gonna be like that until there's a cure. And if they don't have a cure for like a year and a half, imagine living like this for a year and a half, quarantined away from everybody. No birthday parties, no graduations.
One of the things, like we said, do not listen to us. We are not experts in anything, but I don't also want to incite or like have this like fear mongering thing going on. You know?
No, we'll leave that up to the media. Wait, we are the media now.
Yeah, you idiot, inconsistent.
I didn't get my check yet, media. Big media.
There definitely ones that are making money off of this, but at the same time, like it's getting to the point where it's like nauseating. Where the other day when I'm getting those news, I'm getting those news, instant, breaking news, whatever, and it was like Tom Brady's leaving the Patriots. I was like, wow, I was excited.
Something different.
And I don't even watch sports. Yeah. I'm closer to watching figure skating than anything else in the sports world. And I'm like excited that this guy's leaving. I could care less, but I'm like just so tired of just hearing the whole. Sometimes it's good to just walk away from the only outlet we have to actually reach out to each other.
And then the whole Trump bad took like low, but they always find something.
For him?
Yeah.
It's funny because he went on, I told you this, he went on and he started his news conference, and he the first thing he does, he trolls the media. He's like, oh, you guys are much nicer. You guys are separate and you're nicer. I like this. Oh, shouldn't have said that because now you're going to get me. All right, Chinese virus. I was like, this dude is wildin'. I think at this point he's like, it is what it is. I'm just gonna do me. Like,
yeah.
They're gonna do it. They're
He
gonna,
doesn't
regardless.
care.
I'm not gonna filter this thing.
I wonder if he feels confident because it's Bernie and Biden. He's like, I'm good. I'm gonna destroy them in the debates. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, it's and we spoke about the election and whatnot. Just, I mean, I'm just like, I want to tell people that before you believe anything, just turn on the local news. Not saying that they're 100%, but they're gonna be way closer than that pop-up that you got on your screen.
Word.
That pop-up you got on your screen is like, and then what was it, like 2-3 days ago that group chats and messages from individuals in my circle were like, they were all spreading the same exact text. Federal officials met up today and were telling governors that you're prepared for a shutdown and it's like, oh snap, it's actually happening now. I'm like, yo, relax. I mean, if you don't be surprised that these things are happening. If you take a second and like when I went to Costco's, I said, yo, what's going on? That they had these long ass lines. Like, what's happening? And I was like, oh, because they don't want people bunching up together.
Social distance.
It's all about trying to prevent this thing. This isn't the government trying to take your freedom away.
No.
People are buying guns like crazy, not because I think.
If I could, I would. 100%.
But why? Because of the government or because of
the crazy people?
Say that nigga next door.
Don't get me wrong. If the government comes at me, I'd rather die in a gunfire than them just kill me.
Right.
You know
we're gonna go.
But
down.
at the end of the day, I'm worried about the freaking crazy.
You got the new glasses?
Yeah.
Look at you. But yeah, it's to defend yourself against the next guy who's trying to take your water and your toilet paper.
You better not touch my toilet paper. I got too many people in the house.
So when I went the first time to get toilet paper at Costco's, which were not getting any kind of funding, and I pay a lot for my membership, it was pretty much mayhem. They weren't using the social distancing thing.
Yeah.
And there was no toilet paper. And I said, well, there are flushable wipes.
Yep.
Got a box of flushable wipes. Because then what's
you should
next?
get the spray. There's like you go buy it. You connect it to your sink or something. You push a button, it sprays.
We were looking for the name of that.
A bidet? A bigot? I think it's
a bigot? No, Trump is a bigot.
No, he's not. He's my president. Don't talk about him like that.
For all you people who say he's not your president, are you gonna cash in your $1,200 check? That's one of the memes I saw. I was like, yo, just send it over here. What are you looking at? What? That is definitely, I don't know what this is, but that is not even remotely appropriate.
Why does this? Oh snap! What is this?
I don't know what you're doing. That keyboard is walling out on me a little bit. I think it's because I throw it in the book bag and it just gets all jammed up with the keys. Yeah. Anyway, so it is Saturday. Lockdown is supposed to happen tomorrow. It is?
I know it was a bigot.
Wow.
Well, I want to see a picture of it.
We see a lot of toilets.
Bigot bathroom? Bigotry.
Bigotry.
All right, whatever.
Is there still live? Is he still live? Go over there.
No, it's been off. It's just comments.
I
feel very good about it. Tony would feel, like he'd like samples done in a certain way, and I understand that too. Many doctors agree with that. We don't have much time. We have a lot of very sick people right now in hospitals all over the place.
All right, whatever. I think it's fine.
This is the first time we could actually. I'm hoping that it works. That you see how it picked up right there. That's the middle right there. So it's actually recording in sync with everything. It's the first time we actually got something working right.
Seriously.
I spent a lot of time in the last few days because that's something we have a lot of. An abundance is time.
Yeah, I know. All right, let me get out of here.
I heard that parents are pretty much getting sick of their kids though.
We just started. I feel bad for them. You better start making rules or something. I don't know.
I feel like you got to start showing them how to pretend play like we used to when kids. I used to play that's what my right there.
What we just did today was we took a cardboard box and we made an airplane out of it and tape. That's what we did.
Bro, I was playing a Roblox game, because there's sub games within this Roblox thing.
I know how it goes.
Bro, so my son is like, Dad, I want to play with you. I'm like, what? I gotta spend. This is it. This is how we, because he lives with his mom. So I'm like, all right, fine. I logged in, and we're playing a game that you're in IKEA, a big ass, never ending IKEA, and the IKEA employees roam around, and they're in their little striped yellow, looking like referees, walking around. But then all of a sudden, the lights go off, and they start attacking you. So you have to find a way to get the furniture and double stack to create a layer, and then you remove the ladder so they can't climb up, and then you hang out there when it's dark, when it's nighttime. So the first time it happened, I'm like, okay, so now what do we do, Jeremiah? He was like, we gotta wait till it's daytime. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking it's gonna fast forward, right? Right? It's like, oh, daytime. Okay, run, hurry, get your supplies, get your food, whatever, stack up, make another layer, whatever. Now we're waiting, and I'm like, Jeremiah, you were doing this all day? He's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, what do you do during this 15 minutes of nighttime? And he's like, I go check up on mom, my brother. I just leave and I come back. I'm like, wow, what is going on? What are our kids doing? What is happening?
I hate this game, yo.
Bro, another game that I thought was kind of cool was that it's a pizzeria. You go work in a pizzeria, and there's a manager, you become the manager. If there's a manager, then you become the employee. You could either be the guy who makes the pizza or the guy who gets the supplies and drives around to the other places to get the supplies to then make the pizza. And I'm like, and then you get a check, and you get that check to build your own personal house. And I'm like, this has some kind of structure to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this.
This is real.
What is going on in IKEA right now? But I'm like, damn, I couldn't. And then he wants to play again. So I got to find something to drink to get over the hour or two of dealing with just being in the dark.
What we did was we got the Xbox 360. I connected it.
Oh wow!
We got 2 extra controllers.
Dope.
We got a few of the older games that are there, and then we started. And then you know what happened after we got all the games? We started playing Minecraft. 4 of us. After we got all these games, we just started playing Minecraft. We were there for hours.
Yo, that's pretty much it, guys. Stay safe out there. You guys already know what to do. Listen to your local news a little bit more before you jump into that hysteria mode. And panic is basically what's going to probably kill most of us.
Yeah. So make sure you stock up on toilet paper.
Or wipies. I mean,
let's get a bigot.
Because once it's over, you're all washing your asses in the shower. So, I mean, that's pretty much what's happening.
That's it. Peace.
Later.
Inconsistent.